Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
WWE superstar Roman Reigns reveals which wrestler he thought was better than he was in the ring. The Tribal Chief competed in the Men's War Games match at WWE Survivor Series 2025 this past Saturday night. Fanatics shared a new video featuring Reigns on Instagram today and asked the former champion to stop signing autographs after he heard a wrestler named better than him. Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, and Drew McIntyre were all named, but Reigns continued to sign autographs. However, he quickly stopped once Ric Flair was mentioned, and you can check it out in the video below. "Ric Flair," said Roman Reigns. Ric Flair recently made a surprising claim about Hulk Hogan's cause of death, but it was refuted by his widow. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, and Brock Lesnar defeated Reigns, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and the Usos in the Men's War Games match at Survivor Series. A masked man interfered in the match and hit Punk with a stomp. Braun Breaker capitalized with a spear for the pinfall victory, and it was announced during last night's edition of WWE Raw that CM Punk will be defending the title against the Vision Star on January 5, 2026. Former WWE writer reacts to Roman Reigns' match at Survivor Series. Wrestling legend Vince Russo pointed out that Roman Reigns and his teammates seemingly did not care that they lost the Men's War Games match at Survivor Series. Russo took to social media following this week's episode of Raw and called out the promotion for Raw general manager Adam Pearce being the only one who cared about the masked man. He stated that the losing team of the War Games match should have been upset that they were screwed over at the PLE, but that was not the case on Raw. "It's not about being critical, it's about being logical." So none of the babyfaces that got screwed at War Games care one iota about who was the masked man who screwed them. They don't even care enough to show up on Raw and get answers. The only one that cares is Pearce, to the point that he puts a referee on it. "Yeah, man, that's me being negative because the story is ridiculous," he wrote. It will be fascinating to see what WWE has planned for Roman Reigns in the months ahead. Roman Reigns has spent the last decade redefining what it means to be a WWE megastar. From carrying the company through eras of transition to standing tall as the Tribal Chief, the head of the table has crushed records, outshined legends, and built an empire that no one else can claim. And yet, in a moment that stunned the entire WWE universe, Roman Reigns finally revealed the identity of the one wrestling star he believes is better than him. It wasn't a predictable choice. It wasn't a name fans expected. It wasn't even someone the WWE universe thought he admired. But Roman delivered it with a seriousness that sent shockwaves through social media and locker rooms across the world. The interview that changed everything. The reveal happened during a rare sit-down interview Roman did for a special WWE Network feature titled Legacy, The Tribal Chief. The segment was meant to explore his rise, his conflicts, his family roots, and his eventual absolute dominance over WWE. Yet the interviewer had one bold question prepared. "Roman, do you believe anyone in wrestling today is better than you?" For a moment, the silence was thick. Roman leaned back, hands clasped in front of him, that calm, knowing stare on his face, the same look he gives when he knows the room belongs to him. Then he nodded. And he said it. "I'd never admit this on TV," he began, "but yes, there is one person. One star who walks into a room, into an arena, and I know, deep down, he's on another level." The interviewer leaned forward, stunned. The production team froze. Fans watching the teaser clip online paused it to make sure they heard correctly. Roman Reigns, the man who beat The Undertaker, who conquered Brock Lesnar twice, who steamrolled John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Daniel Bryan, and pretty much every modern legend, had just admitted someone was better than him. Roman Reigns reveals the name. He finally said it. It's The Rock. The name echoed through the studio like a thunderclap. Roman continued, "You can argue about championships. You can argue about streaks or main events or merch or arenas sold out. I've done it all. I've beaten everyone who stood across from me. But The Rock, he's different. The WWE Universe erupted. Within minutes, Roman said The Rock trended worldwide. Fans on X, formerly Twitter, filled timelines with disbelief, excitement, memes, theories, and predictions of a long-awaited Bloodline civil war. Roman didn't hold back as he explained why. Why Roman Reigns says The Rock is better. People talk about greatness all the time, Roman said. They compare eras, they compare runs, they compare legacies. But what The Rock did, what he became, nobody has ever matched. Roman explained that while he surpassed The Rock in WWE longevity, match quality, and championship reigns, there's something The Rock achieved that transcended the industry itself. He broke out, Roman said. He became bigger than the business. He didn't just make WWE mainstream, he brought the entire wrestling world into the spotlight with him. Roman highlighted how The Rock's charisma, timing, comedic genius, and superstar aura were unmatched. Even in the locker room, Roman said The Rock was regarded as a phenomenon, not just a talent. You can't replicate what he had, Roman observed. You can try. You can come close. But you won't be him. And then Roman added a line the WWE Universe is now replaying thousands of times. I lead the Bloodline. But even now, even at my peak, I know I'm standing on the shoulders of the man who built the mountain. The Bloodline implications. Of course, fans took the moment as more than admiration, they saw it as foreshadowing. Because The Rock and Roman have been circling each other for years. The teases. The WrestleMania stare-downs. The subtle jabs in interviews. The ongoing tension in the Bloodline storyline. The rumors of The Rock challenging Roman for the position of tribal chief. With this confession, Roman unintentionally, or perhaps strategically, ignited new speculation. Is Roman preparing for a future match? Is he acknowledging The Rock so that, if the showdown happens, it becomes generational, mythical, unstoppable? Some fans believe Roman said it out of respect. Others think it's planting seeds for a major heel move. A few even argue it's a psychological tactic, praise someone publicly to draw them into the arena. But one thing is certain, WWE has never been closer to pulling the trigger on the biggest family confrontation in wrestling history. What The Rock means to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns spoke with a level of humility the WWE Universe rarely sees. He was the first star I ever watched who made me say, that's what I want to be. Not just a champion. Not just a wrestler. A global icon. Roman admitted that The Rock's work ethic shaped his own. He made our family proud. He made the world look at the Anoa'i bloodline with respect. Everything I do today, every main event, every promo, every legacy I'm trying to build, it's all because he showed me what was possible. Roman even shared a personal memory, The Rock giving him advice early in his career during a WrestleMania weekend. He said, be undeniable. Not someday. Every day. I've lived by that ever since. Where does this leave Roman Reigns' legacy? The reveal doesn't diminish Roman's aura, if anything, it strengthens it. Greatness recognizes greatness. And Roman accepting that there is one man who stands above him makes him appear confident, secure, and more self-aware than ever. Some analysts say this statement cements Roman's place not just as a champion, but as a historian of the business, someone who understands the layers of legacy and honor that define wrestling. Others believe it could be the setup for a once-in-a-generation clash. Imagine. Roman Reigns vs. The Rock. Tribal Chief vs. The Final Boss. Bloodline Leader vs. Bloodline Legend. WrestleMania Main Event. The match that decides who the true head of the family is. Roman may have named The Rock as the only star better than him. But in WWE, respect often comes with consequences. Fans react worldwide. The WWE Universe is split in the best possible way. Microphone Roman admitting The Rock is better proves he's untouchable. Legends recognize legends. Fire this is the seed for WrestleMania 41. Watch. Face screaming in fear if Roman thinks The Rock is better, imagine how wild it'll be when they finally face off. crown this as a power move disguised as humility. The moment has already been replayed millions of times, clips on YouTube, edits on TikTok, and reaction videos popping up everywhere. Roman Reigns naming The Rock as the only wrestler better than him may be the most revealing statement of his career. It shows maturity, perspective, and an awareness of his place in wrestling history. And yet, behind the respect is something deeper, something that feels like destiny. Two megastars. Two eras. Two leaders of the greatest wrestling family ever. The tribal chief has spoken. But the final boss has yet to respond. When he does, the world will be watching.